In our quiet gated community of Silver Pines, San Diego County, an overzealous HOA patrol captain learned a hard lesson about judging a book by its cover. Last month, Dennis Clay, a self-appointed security enforcer, made a grave mistake when he confronted my daughter, Taylor, during her evening jog. Unbeknownst to him, Taylor is a combat veteran and lead instructor for Navy SEAL Advanced Tactical Training. What he thought was a routine trespasser encounter turned into a humbling defeat. I've lived in Silver Pines for 8 years. It's a peaceful cul-de-sac with neatly trimmed lawns and an HOA notorious for excessive rules and questionable judgment, but nothing had ever escalated like this. Taylor, 32, was home on leave from Coronado, where she trains elite SEAL teams in advanced combat and evasion tactics. She's unassuming, athletic build, ponytail, running shoes, no uniform or bravado, just a quiet professional. On a warm Saturday evening, Taylor went for her usual jog, a familiar route, looping past the HOA clubhouse and walking trails. Enter Dennis Clay, a retired claims adjuster with no military or law enforcement background, armed with a self-bought badge, a Glock, and an inflated sense of authority. The HOA board, led by a few armchair warriors, had authorized his golf cart patrols to report suspicious activity, a practice that already irked residents, especially those with guests or kids who didn't fit Dennis's narrow idea of who belonged. Spotting Taylor near the back path by the clubhouse, Dennis decided she looked unfamiliar. Witnesses say he sped up in his cart, cut her off, and barked, "Stop right there. This is private property. Who are you?" Taylor slowed, calmly, replying, "I'm visiting, just jogging." Unsatisfied, Dennis leaped out, lifted his shirt to reveal his holstered gun, and rested his hand on it. "You're waiting here while I call the sheriff. You people don't get to come in here uninvited. You people." Taylor caught the undertone immediately. "Still composed," she said. "Take your hand off the weapon now." Dennis, misjudging her, stepped closer, assuming she was bluffing. In one fluid motion, Taylor acted. She spun, trapped his arm, disarmed him, ejected the magazine, and kicked the slide AWOL in under 4 seconds. Dennis hit the pavement, hard. She didn't strike him, she didn't need to. By the time he processed what happened, he was face down, wrists bound with his own zip tie restraints. Taylor stood calmly over him as a nearby couple, who'd witnessed it all, called 911. Sheriff's deputies arrived, initially cautious, until Taylor presented her credentials as a federal military instructor for SEAL qualification training. The deputies' faces lit up. They knew her by reputation, having trained some of their tactical team. Dennis, pale and trembling, stammered about just doing his job and defending the neighborhood. The deputies weren't impressed. Dennis had violated multiple California laws, brandishing a weapon, false detainment, and impersonating an officer. He was arrested on the spot. The HOA scrambled to distance itself, claiming Dennis acted independently. But emails later uncovered by Taylor's attorney revealed the board had encouraged his patrols and even funded his supplies. Other residents, particularly minorities and teens, shared similar stories of harassment. Taylor's encounter was the tipping point. She chose not to press additional charges, but the state pursued felony charges against Dennis. Half the HOA board resigned within a week. The remaining members banned armed patrols, revoked Dennis's access, and now face a county housing authority review. Silver Pines is quieter now, but the incident left a mark. Taylor's back at Coronado, training the next generation of special operators. Before she left, she said something chilling. "If I wasn't who I am, this could have gone very differently." She's right. Dennis didn't see a visitor, a military leader, or a daughter visiting her dad. He saw someone who didn't belong. Now, he's exactly where he belongs, facing the consequences of his actions.